Hello everyone, this is Agony333. And today I thought we would talk about an old favorite of mine, which is The Punisher from 2004. It is rated R, and according to the site that I was on, it's 2 hours and 4 minutes. I'm not sure because, like I've mentioned, I think in other videos, there's different times and stuff depending on where you kind of look for sources and crap like that. But I am aware of an older film, I believe from the 80s, which I have not seen. I have seen Warzone, but I have not seen the show that's on Netflix that has Shane from The Walking Dead. Sadly, I haven't seen that yet. But out of the two that I have seen, this one and Warzone, I feel like this one is my personal favorite and the best one. But that's, I guess, up to opinion and stuff. But what I will say is at least Warzone has kind of a grittier feel than this one does. But in terms of story and stuff like that is why I think I like this one better, to be honest with you. But I guess the first thing I should do is mention what the fuck this is about. So, this is pretty much about an ex-military guy who is an undercover FBI agent, and during his last pretty much mission before he retires, he ends up pissing off the wrong people, which is a family named the Saints, and they pretty much decide to kill his family. But when they kill his family, they end up fucking with the real wrong person, which is him, and he becomes the Punisher and decides to enact his own sort of kind of justice, if you will. Which, to be honest, it's still vengeance. Even though he says it's not vengeance, it's still fucking vengeance. But according to him, it's justice. But let's get into some things before spoilers. There's not going to be much spoilers to really talk about other than scenes that I probably like and shit like that. But what I thought that makes this movie fucking great is it has a really great theme song that's always stuck with me. I really love the theme song, as well as, the accompanying soundtrack is awesome during those action moments and stuff like that. And the action scenes are really great. And the other thing I thought I would mention is that the beginning and everything, when it shows, him lose his family and stuff, is a really good kind of emotional hook to the film before all the action takes place. So it's another case of, really well done acting, good dialogue, and scenes that really set up to make a movie where you really root for the main protagonist character. Let me see here what the fuck else I should mention. But yeah, there's lots of memorable moments in this movie, and that's why I think it's always at least stuck with me. And the other reason I thought I would say why this is a great film is not just because it has lots of really good, memorable moments and some humor there and good acting, dialogue, and all that shit, but what makes this great is the way he goes about his justice. He's not just trying to find somebody and stalking somebody or whatever when it comes to, any sort of kind of rivalry or getting revenge or anything like some movies do. He dismantles them piece by piece. And just the way he goes about gaining information and doing that is just really awesome in this film. I've heard that the old one is good, but, I'll have to wait until I actually fucking watch it to give an opinion on that. But I believe that's actually all that I have to say. There isn't too much here, at least for me. I thought I would give this film an 8. I've always really liked it since I watched it. Okay, now I remember. And I apologize, there's actually a reason I'm a little bit sloppy when it comes to this review. And that is that I wrote some notes down on another piece of paper, but I lost the damn thing. So I had to kind of rewrite some notes and stuff like that. But the other thing I thought I would mention before spoilers is this is actually another movie that I was able to see in theaters. And I remember the theater experience, like I've mentioned before, I'm not always a fan of the whole superhero thing. And this movie's not exactly classified as a superhero movie. But I had heard nothing of The Punisher when I went to go see this. But I had a kind of, not really a negative feel, but since I went into the movie believing it was going to be a superhero movie, I wasn't very optimistic. And once I watched this movie with my friend, when we were kids, when it came out in 2004, I was very impressed and really loved it. And also, I should obviously mention the comic book series it's based on, because it's a Marvel film. Never got to read the comics, but I've always kind of had an interest. Maybe one day I'll be able to check them out. But yeah, that's what I'm saying is, even if superhero movies aren't your thing, this may be one that is, because he's not really technically a superhero or anything. He's more of a vigilante. And just the way the film goes about it is really cool. But alright, now I can get into spoilers. Score of 8 is what I gave it. And for everybody who wants to actually check this film out, fucking peace. And for everybody who wants to hear maybe just a couple fucking small things that were maybe amusing or cool, Let's do this crap. So one thing I thought was amusing, and it's a detail I never ever fucking caught until this time viewing it, was there's like a point in time when and actually I should have mentioned other things. See, like I said, there's notes that were on the other piece of paper that I fucking lost that aren't on this one. And it is that Thomas Jane's in this film, and he's a fucking awesome actor. He was good in Deep Blue Sea, and he's awesome in this as well. But, and that's the other thing is, at least for me, whenever I think of the Punisher, I always think of him. You know how an actor does a really great job and kind of embodies the character? That's the case for this. Whenever I think of the Punisher, I'll always think of that actor for this character. But I thought it was amusing because the neighbors that he has around him, there's a moment where they're playing video games and talking about whatever's going on and shit. And I noticed a small minor detail. There's a piece of, there's a box of pizza there, and it's called Hot Box Pizza. I thought that was fucking amusing. Anyway, I thought that was kind of amusing and funny. And that's what I'm saying. There's some good humor here. At least to me, it was kind of funny. And another scene I'll mention here is I've always really thought that the diner scene was fucking badass. The song that's played is really cool, well written and all that. And, you know, that whole kind of altercation with that character, Harry Heck, or whatever, is badass as hell. As well as the fight with the Russian is fucking great. I absolutely love that. And, okay. And then I put here also, I really love before he storms the Saints' home towards the end of the film, the dialogue that he says, the whole kind of, I don't know if it's a manifesto or what you'd really call it, but there's a set of dialogue that he says when it comes to, like I mentioned before, you know, vengeance not being a valid motive and all this other stuff. Just really good dialogue here. And that's why I think I like this character and like this movie so much. There's lots of really great, memorable moments. The action scenes are really well done. The emotional moments are really well done. Everything about it is pretty fucking awesome, at least to me. But I think that is all that I wish to get into and not really go much further. So I hope that you all have a great, wonderful, amazing, fan-fucking-tastical day. And this is Agony333, and I will sign the fuck out. Peace. Have an amazing one.